Welcome to the Backpacking Podcast, brought to you by Outdoor Vitals, makers of performance first ultralight gear. And along with me today, John Kelly, is my good friend and the first man of Kentucky backpacking, Mr. Jeremiah Stringer. What's going on, dude?
Oh, man, I'm out here living the life. We are here. We're ready to do it. I did also want to say a huge thank you to Outdoor Vitals for sponsoring the show. And we've been talking about their Mountain Pursuit line. And I wanted to hit a couple key terms here for their Altura Dynamic Pants and their Pursuit Hybrid Fleece. Okay, the pants, I know you're really excited about the fleece, and I am excited about the pants as well. The pants, lightweight comfort, breathable performance, and unrestricted mobility. That's what you need to know about the pants, and they are early to mid-season pursuits. Remember, this stuff is meant to keep you warm while moving in the cold temps. And then also the Pursuit Hybrid Fleece. A couple things to know: lightweight mid-layer or outer layer, moisture management, temperature regulation, and high exertion activities in cold or harsh environments. That's what we're looking at with these two awesome pieces of gear from OutdoorVitals.com.
Yeah, and that hybrid fleece is amazing because it's not just one kind of fleece. They've got Primaloft Evolve for part of it and High Stretch Grid Fleece for other parts. The Evolve is a warmer, kind of like that fuzzy feeling inside, kind of nice, warm fleece that you can get. And the High Stretch Grid Fleece is your typical grid fleece. They've seen a lot of other things where it can breathe a little bit more. They've made this thing so it breathes in the right places and so it's warm in the right places. I can't wait to get my hands on one of these things. I think they look phenomenal.
Yeah, and I'll tell you real quick, some people care about the weight savings. I'm not a big gram weenie myself, but just for a heads up, the fleece is 9.4 ounces for the medium size. That's really light, especially for an outer layer.
Yeah.
And then the pants, 11.9 ounces. That's for a 30 by 30. My waist size is a little bit bigger. I've been working on the dad bod a bit, but if you go with the 30 by 30, then 11.9 ounces.
There you go. And we've already got somebody saying, I want to see you all model that fleece, which you may be the first person in history that wants to see us model anything.
I'm hoping that I take it with me to the Red River Gorge meetup coming up October 10th through 12th. Me and Mr. Backpacking with Jason, sir, are actually putting on the finishing touches on the location. We're undecided on car camping or backpacking in and where to do it at the gorge, but we will be there. And if you want to come and hang out for a bit, October 10th through 12th, if you're in the area of Red River Gorge. And let me put a little disclaimer real quick, John.
Yes.
And Jason wanted me to make a point of this. All right. My wife and I, we are going baby free. We're getting a babysitter for 2 nights to try to get away from the kids. So this is more of an adult friendly environment. There may be some adult beverages, maybe some adult language, maybe some adult conversation. So if you got the kids with you, I might steer clear of it. Just a heads up there.
And that's going to be October 10th through the 12th.
Yep, this coming October 10th through the 12th, 2025. That's a Friday through Sunday. We'll get there Friday. We'll probably do a hike on Saturday, show some people around the gorge. And then Sunday, we'll roll out, leave anytime you want, come anytime you want. But we'll be there Friday through Sunday, open to the public. Just here to have a good time.
There you go. All right. So let's chat a little bit about the poll from last week. We had a little poll about toilet paper usage in the backcountry. Jeremiah, do you have those stats for us?
Well, I posted
as to what happened.
Yeah, I posted a poll in two locations. All right. Some people have made fun of us because I said that we couldn't do polls on YouTube, and you can. All right. So I did post it on there, and I also posted it on our Spotify account. So let's see what the results are. On our poll, it was all about poop and TP. We got single ply TP, double ply TP, a bidet with TP, and wipes. YouTube would only let me do 4 different selections. Spotify, I could do more. So I'm going to let you vote first, John. Which one would you pick? Single, double, bidet with TP, or wipes only?
I mean, I guess I use I actually use the wipes, the little capsules. I use
Mhm.
those. So, I would be I guess I would say wipes and toilet paper. I always have a little bit of toilet paper because I don't wanna leave it all wet. So, uh,
Uh,
wipes with
you're
some toilet paper.
you're a kind of a pat it dry after the wipes kinda guy?
Yes, anything to avoid friction of any kind. Oh, and look who's on right now. Crizzicone, single ply for the win.
That's right. That's where this come up for anybody that didn't get to watch last week's episode, dude. That was so much fun talking to Metro and Chris after they just finished the Appalachian Trail. Been out there for like, I think they said 4 months, or was it 3 or 4 months?
Yeah, they've been out there for
And
a while.
yeah, and we had them on. Y'all got to check that episode out. It was fun. Okay, here's the results of the poll. So Spotify, our big winner was TP combined with wipes. So you you got number one place on there, John. That's what the people want. TP with wipes. Double ply, TP, nothing else. That's second place. And then we got a tie with a bidet and wipes solo. Now YouTube, our winner was solo wipes. Second place, the bidet, padded dry with toilet paper. And then double ply and then single ply last. What
That's
do you make of that?
interesting. That's interesting because the 2 guys that have probably hiked more miles than any of us in the last year, maybe in our lifetimes. That's 2,200 miles is a lot of miles. I don't know if people realize just the sheer number of miles that is, but, they were single ply guys, and they were unanimously single ply guys, and they acted like that's just commonplace, and that's the way it should be. So it's interesting, and maybe it's because most of us who are on this podcast or who listen to this podcast, we don't do 2,000-mile trails. So, we don't know what that's like. So maybe it just depends on the type of backpacking you're doing that affects that.
Yeah, and just between us, it's just us talking here, John. I'm gonna
Just
call
us.
a spade here. Um, I think the single ply is really popular on through hiking because let's be honest, to through hike, it's very hard to work a full time job. So you're probably taking time off work, which means you're not making money. You're just spending money for months and months. And then by the time it's over, you're like, I don't want to run out of money. So you're trying to pinch pennies as much as you can. And where's an easy place to pinch it? If you ever go to the grocery store and buy a big pack of toilet paper, you'll see a good place to pinch pennies. So I think these guys are taking a hand and they are doing the old, let me wind a bunch of toilet paper around the hand, and then I'm just going to stick that in the pocket with me to take from the public restrooms that they're going. That's probably why the single ply is growing on
Well,
them.
and this is what we talked about a couple weeks. If you remember a few weeks ago, we did an episode about things that backpackers don't talk about. And one
Mhm.
of the things we talked about was stealing toilet paper from like restaurants and hotels and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And now it's all coming together and it's all making sense, you know? Okay, so we got an interesting comment. I don't know how to answer it because it's interesting. We may need some explanation. But Chicken Little Trek said, "Have you all heard of the double fold and rip the corner trick?"
What is that? Double fold and rip the corner. Let me try to imagine that. You
Is
got a
that leaving a hole in
single.
the middle?
Well,
Is
how
that like
many
are you doing that to
plies?
your friends to like mess with them? Is that what that is?
I hope not. They're making like snowflakes like you do when you're a kid. You
Yeah,
fold
so
up.
you go to use your toilet paper and your hand goes right through it. Could you imagine? Oh my
Oh
gosh,
man.
Chicken Little Treks. If you're still on here, please define that. Why that is even a comment. I'm confused and but curious at the same time. So definitely let us know about that one. Um, so it looks like single ply is not for the weekender.
Yeah, I think so too. I think some of us weekenders kind of like to live life in luxury sometimes. We're out there, we're only gone for a couple nights. We're like, let me make this as close to home and comfortable as possible and not just survive in advance. So, personally, bidet, wipes, and TP, I'm taking them all. What do you see there in the
Well,
comments? I see.
we got the replacement here. Yes, John. For your finger to wipe, then use the corner to clean under your nail.
Oh my gosh. That is disgusting.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm not doing that trick. He's laughing too. You know, he's just messing with us.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
uh,
Can't do this. But we're dealing with
and
the
then you got oh, that's the one sheet method. He
uh
said,
you just need one to clean your fingernail at the end?
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
and we've got a reminder of something we haven't talked about in a long time. Still holding out for the Jeremiah Stringer Backcountry Bidet merch.
Oh,
Or
that'd
any
make a
merch, for that matter, any merch from Jeremiah would be good.
that'd make a good t-shirt, man. I have this little sneaky fear that some of my students are going to get some of this merch because I don't really talk about you know, the podcast or my YouTube channel at work because I'm literally teaching math the entire day. Like that's what they're paying me
Right.
for. But in some downtime or something, one of the kids might talk about it and they're like, "Yep, we're going to find that merch." So I don't know what the administration, I don't think they'd say anything, but I don't know what they'd say seeing the kids walk around in this merch. I don't know if that's the best for my brand.
Yeah. Okay, so we're getting some comments, man.
Yeah, hit
We're
it
get
up.
we're getting some comments here. Of course, we got the Chicken Little stuff. Well, Hilltop Packs, I guess Ben McMillan's on right now because he just said he uses part of Tim Buckley's shirt.
Just tear off a little more
Oh, no,
for
but
you.
it gets better. He says, "I don't even make him remove the shirt."
Oh no, he wears the shirt. Hey Tim, I got to go poop. Can you come on? Let's go, man.
Let's go together here. Oh my
Follow
gosh.
me.
David Cooper likes the comfort of a soft two-ply. I got to be honest. I'm down with the two-ply. I can't do the one-ply. I'm just not there. I'm not hardcore yet. 12 Stone Adventure said, "Fold twice, tear off the corner, stick your finger through." Oh,
This
no,
is poor.
thank you.
This is
And
poor
then Chicken
advice.
Little Tricks admitted what we thought. Just jokes here. Just jokes here. So, yeah, that's been well, it's an interesting way to start right now. Um,
Let
uh,
me ask you this about the TP.
mhm.
Let's say it's just a normal day and we're not talking about, I think last week they called it the magic marker. That's
Yeah.
whenever you just have to keep wiping and it just basically never stops. That's when you really need the bidet, 'cause that doesn't really happen with the bidet. But if you're just at home or at work or whatever, it's a normal day, you're going to do your business. Do you do like 2 squares at a time, 1 square, 4 squares and fold, 6 squares? What's that look like for you?
Personally, I was a big fan of playing Foursquare as a kid, and so I go
Uh-huh.
4 squares daily.
That's what I do too. And you know, it
I'm
used to
4
be 4.
squares, 4 squares.
I used to do 6 squares or 8 squares, but then I started having to pay for the toilet paper. It
Exactly.
wasn't it wasn't like college dorm or it wasn't like mom's paying for it. When it comes out of your pocket, well, everybody knows what I'm talking about. Listen to
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
What's up? Yeah, I'm right there with you, but I will tell you, if you do the bidet, like the one I have installed on the toilet, you can buy one at Walmart for 15 bucks. Now you're not going to get warm water. It is going to be a slight awakening. Whatever that water temperature is
We
coming
don't
out of the
call it a
ground,
swipe away. We call it refreshing.
it's refreshing. Way to
It's
put a positive
refreshing.
spin. Yeah. Now you don't
Okay,
do
I
the
have to do that because the backpacking Chris said, "Please be uplifting as always."
oh, we
So
we are, man. It's
it's
refreshing.
refreshing.
Now you have to be careful though. If you're gonna pat dry or wipe dry with TP after your bidet refreshment, you have to do more than 4 squares because 4 squares and then fold it,
It'll
that's
disintegrate.
quad plot, it disintegrates. You need at least, I say from experience, my friend, at least 6 squares, preferably 8. But if you're a cheapie like me, try 6.
Right.
You may have to try to do a tri-fold. I don't know. You got anything else there in the comments before we start
12 Stone
talking?
Adventures, Foursquare, and dude wipes in the outdoors. I don't have a
Yeah,
problem with that.
that's all a man needs,
It's all a
or
man
lady.
needs. It's all a man needs, especially if you just do it a weekend. I mean, you can bring a thing of dude wipes for a weekend trip. That's no big deal. So,
Yeah, no big
all
deal.
right. So you get okay. We got to talk about something. There's something we got to talk about, and I think everybody's going to be really interested in this because this is just a wild story altogether. I do want to say something real quick. This just got sent to me, and just something to be thinking about. We don't talk politics here, and we're not going to talk politics now. But what I'm going to say is, I just found out Charlie Kirk was just shot at a
What?
Utah college. So
No way.
whether or not you agree with his politics or not, things are getting a little crazy in this world. So if you're a praying person, saying a prayer for this madness that's going on all over the place right now might be a good call, because it's wild. I just got that sent to me, and yeah, prayers for the whole Kirk family. That's rough.
Wow, I didn't even see. I just Googled it, and it's literally happening during this live show. They're taking him
Yeah.
to the hospital.
Yeah, they're
Wow.
taking him to the hospital right now, so, it's gotten crazy, man. Things are crazy, so let's do this. Let's talk about something that's crazy, but in a different way. You literally
Okay.
sent me something that said 4 hikers rescued after suffering debilitating psychedelic mushroom high in the mountains.
Yeah. So here's my thoughts, man. I know I said leave the kids at home if if you're wanting to have some adult fun, out in the outdoors
This
for
is
the meetup.
not the fun we're talking about.
No, hopefully it doesn't go this far. I don't want at the gorge.
Oh,
We got a lot of
goodness.
cliffs and stuff. Hopefully it doesn't go this crazy. But I saw this. This was like national news. For those that haven't heard, it happened over Labor Day weekend. So you had these four guys. They're going up to this 40, like it's like 48,000 acre area in upstate New York. This is called Giant Ledge, ironically, and none of them died or anything, but they were going up. It's Slide Mountain Wilderness in the Catskills. And over Labor Day weekend, I guess these guys they headed out and wanted to do a day hike, but then hopefully it's one guy and all of his friends hate him now. But apparently they passed around some of these, according to the article, they call them magic mushrooms, right? You said
Right.
a debilitating psychedelic high, and these guys took them, and I think I guess it'd probably depend on how much you take, but that's probably a 3 to 5 hour situation. Could be more if these guys are heavily dosed, depending on their body size, body type, etc.
Right,
So these
right.
guys are out hiking, and and then I guess they're so high that they just totally get lost. And so what do? You have to swallow your pride. How does that conversation even go with you calling emergency rescue? Have you seen the you seen the
I'm
video?
trying to figure out how they called for rescue. Like, how do you call a search and rescue when you're messed up like that?
I I'm trying to find because I haven't read how they communicated with it. Says one hiker was in the fetal position, unable to communicate whenever they arrived. This was the forest rangers. I know it's embarrassing, bro. Um, it
Oh my
says the mushrooms
gosh.
contain psilocybin, a hallucinogenic compound. I laugh because these guys are okay, right? They were just super high for a while, and now they're okay, but they did have to get rescued. Here was the kicker:
Well, here's the
the guy,
thing. The moment this is something you have to think about. When you ask to be rescued,
yeah,
you will probably be a news article somewhere. There's no way
yeah,
around it, right? I mean, you fall off a cliff, there's probably gonna be a news article about it.
yes,
If you get attacked by a bear, probably gonna be a news article about it.
probably be
You
on a
decide
podcast.
to take way too many mushrooms, have a psychedelic high, and you can't hardly move. Um, it's probably going to be a news article. So something to think about when you're out in the wilderness. just want to throw that out there.
I'm thinking about that phone call, and I don't know if you, yeah, po' boy says, "Don't eat the shrooms, man." I'm thinking, it brings me back to the videos. Like if you're on TikTok or watch Reels or YouTube Shorts or anything, sometimes you these videos pop up of the people calling the police on themselves. Have you seen
Oh
this,
no,
John?
I just saw something. Somebody just texted me and said Charlie Kirk is dead.
No way. We're getting live updates here. The
I'm gonna
Charlie
check
Kirk
on it real
situation.
quick. I'm gonna check on it real quick.
Oh, he's dead after being shot
Oh
at
my gosh.
university. Wow, 9 minutes ago, according to I just Googled it,
I don't
CNN, New
even think
York
he was 30 years old.
News. No, he's older than 30.
I don't think he was, man.
Let
I
me
thought
give
he
it a
was
Google.
really young.
31. Wow, 31. He's younger than
31.
me.
Okay. Yeah.
Born in 93. His birthday was coming up, October 14th. Gosh,
Man, what?
terrible. Yeah, and you know me, I'm apolitical on this show. Sometimes y'all have talked about
Yeah.
a couple things. I say, yeah, I'm just you know,
Yeah,
being apolitical.
again, regardless of your politics, that man, what a shame. What a
Yeah,
shame to
he's
see a young guy taken out like that.
family, kids. I mean, that's terrible. Sick.
Yeah, unreal.
Shot it. I don't know. It says campus event in Utah. I'm sure it's some political he's as political as it gets. Like that's
Yeah,
his
there's a
life.
lot of people leaving comments. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Here we go. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Married with kids. Yeah, he didn't make it. So,
Yeah. No, that's
what a horrible thing, man. What a horrible thing. Like I said, if you're someone who prays, this is a good time to do it. This country's messed up right now, and people
yeah.
can't separate politics from other parts of life, and it's kind of scary.
Yeah. The man, we can have so much fun without any politics. And well, for some people, that's their life, though, man. And
Yep.
it's just entwined in it.
Yeah. It's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a real
Sad.
shame.
All right. Well, let's get happy again.
Let's get happy.
Um, let me ask you this: have you seen these short form videos, or maybe log form? They call the police on themselves, and what's happened is they accidentally dose themselves. So, like for example, in Kentucky, I know every state's different. In
Yeah.
Kentucky, they have medical cannabis here, and so if you're a medical patient, you can go and get like different strength of gummies and take them. And I think sometimes people take too much is pretty much what happened. That's what I'm seeing in the videos because they'll think, "Oh, this isn't much," but then they eat the whole serving and then it's too much for them. And then they call the police on themselves and you hear the 911 operator and they're like, "What's wrong?" And they're like, "I ate this whole brownie or I ate this whole chocolate bar or whatever." And then the fire department comes and you know what the fire department says? They
No.
say, "Okay, we're first responders. We're showing up. We go in. You can watch the videos yourself." And they talk to the person. They're like, "Okay, here's your problem, bro. You're just too high right now. You need to sit down on the couch, put on some Cheech and Chong, eat some popcorn, eat some chocolate. You'll be fine in a few hours." The police and
Put on some
paramedics.
Cheech and Chong. That's literally what they say.
That
I'm
might be
like
me. I would
I'm like
spit
just
on.
imagining an EMT looking at a guy who's high off his rocker and saying, "Watch some Cheech and Chong."
Well, it's usually young guys. It's usually young guys that are
Right,
taking,
right, right.
not the old fellas, but yeah, so I imagine these guys, they call the ambulance and a debilitating high. I don't know what that looks like, but I assume the guys feel like they're melting at this point because one's in the fetal position. He probably took the most. They show up and rescue the guys and take them back to the car. As I always do that with the Mexican buffet. That's funny, Chicken Little. Um, but yeah, these guys, they get rescued where they got lost. This is this is what there's a bunch of articles. I'm reading the New York Times one on it, and it
Mhm.
says it's a 3
Again,
mile loop.
again, you're gonna do this, you're gonna get an article written about you, and if you're really lucky, you'll get one in the New York Times. Think about that for
Yeah,
a second. Oh my gosh.
yeah, this is everywhere, bro. But yeah, it says it was a 3 mile loop. It's well marked and well traveled. But these guys, they did get lost. You know, it's an 80-mile section in southwest of Albany, New York, the Catskills. You know, I've never been to backpack in New York, but I've done New Hampshire, I've done Vermont, and I've seen some of those mountains. It don't really matter, honestly, if it's a 3 mile loop and you're sober, you can get lost out there.
Yeah, you can.
So now, if you take a bunch of mushrooms, the probability of getting lost is probably a little bit higher.
Uh-huh.
They lost their car keys, man. They made it back. They probably couldn't drive anyway at that point, even by the time they walked back. But they got a courtesy drive home from a state trooper, if I remember correctly. That has to be a funny car ride, dude.
Oh my
You're
gosh.
you're not under arrest. You're melting from the shrooms, and a state trooper takes you home because you can't
Okay.
find your car keys.
Okay, here's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
They'd have to have a camera on in there, right?
God, if body cam footage comes
If there
out,
was if
Liz,
there was body cam footage and then footage from in the car of the conversation that he's having with these guys the whole way back. Oh
do you
man. We could do a whole
if there's
episode on that.
yeah, dude. I love police body cam videos. I've talked about it
Oh
on
my
here before,
goodness.
the dash cam and all that. One last thing on this, dude. So they went back the next day and found the keys, the car keys, not the guys. I'd say the guys will probably never set foot in that forest again, but
Oh no, not a
the
chance.
the Rangers went back to find the guy's car keys, and they said they found them under like an overturned log in a like sling bag under some ferns. So I don't know how it got there. I don't know if the guy dropped it as they're walking through. He was trying to bury it under a tree to hide it. Who knows? We're just speculating here, but I think it's funny they had to get a ride home with a state trooper and then go back and get their car keys later,
Oh,
bro.
man. Like I said, David Cooper just asked, do you have to ride in the back for courtesy rides? I'm assuming he didn't want them in the front seat. I can't
Yeah,
imagine them trying to hit all the buttons and stuff while they're up there, and yeah, they were definitely in the back of that car. I could just all but guarantee that. I just wanna know what the conversations were on the way back. That's
yeah,
all I wanna know. What were the conversations?
they could have put those guys in a padded paddy wagon. Who knows? Or maybe
Exactly.
one guy, the guy in the fetal position, you put him up front, and then put the other guys in the back seat. I don't know. I don't know what the car ride looks. I just thought it was a funny story,
That
and
is a funny story.
it'd be fun to talk about
Well,
on here.
there is a warning there, though. Like, if we can learn something from this. We should always learn something from things, right?
Yeah. What's the warning? What should we learn? What's the takeaway here, John?
That's dumb, don't do it. Like, I don't know how else to put it. That's just dumb, don't do it. Uh, especially, I'm imagining these guys didn't hike much.
Well, maybe they did.
I'm
Maybe
just
they
gonna
just didn't take
imagine they
much.
don't.
Because you would think if people are doing mushrooms, where would you imagine the ideal places to take it? I would assume the most two popular places are either in a wooded area or like what would you call, like a music festival or music concert or something like that. Wouldn't you think that those are the two most popular places?
I just think that if you're in a mountain, if you're on a mountain where there's the potential of cliffs and
Yeah.
falling hundreds of feet to your death, that's never a good place to do that.
Well, the place was called Giant Ledge that they were rescued at.
That's all you got to hear right there. I mean, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like,
Can I say one last thing?
of course you can.
On
I
this?
mean, it's half your podcast.
Well, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse here, but I do want to say it, and I quote, one was in the fetal position. The quote is, another hiker was hallucinating a bridge that did not exist. So these guys the 2 disoriented hours while they awaited rescue.
I'm just thankful
All right.
none of them thought they could fly.
Yeah, thank God, man. That's what you see in like the old movies, right? They take like
Yeah.
acid, and stuff, then they jump out a window thinking they can fly.
Yeah. I'm just thankful none of them like hallucinated a bridge going out from the side of the mountain.
Yeah, it says several sheer cliffs and drops, according to the news release from
Yeah.
the police.
That
Yeah,
they are very, very fortunate to still be alive. I mean, realistically, like that's yeah, let's move on. Let's
yeah,
we got about 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes left. And I wanna talk about something you put on here that I think's fun. I love doing these things and I want to hear what other people think. But you put a few would you rather things on here that I think are
yeah,
great. And a couple of them I looked at, I was like, I don't know what I would answer. So we're gonna find out because I'm gonna have to answer them because we have to answer them. Both of us
yeah,
do.
yeah.
So we got no
Well, Pat,
choice. So the first one is walk 3 days in the rain or 1 day in 100-degree heat with no natural shade. That's easy.
oh, what are you gonna
Can
do?
you tell me yours? I know mine for a fact, but you tell me
Oh,
yours.
it's not reachable right now, but my umbrella, bro. You know I'm breaking that thing out, and I'm hiking in 100-degree heat in the shade. Now it doesn't put stipulations on here, right? I wrote this up for you.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say this is more that kind of Phoenix, kind of Arizona 100-degree heat. This isn't the Kentucky mid-August in
Now,
July
I'm gonna
100
say
degree.
something. I'm gonna say
Okay.
something that might shape your thoughts on that a little bit. I
Okay.
have an uncle or an uncle, I have a cousin that lived in Arizona for 40 years.
Uh-huh.
And he said that 100-degree heat in Arizona is dangerous. More dangerous than the humid heat we have. Because it's so dry, you sweat and don't realize it, and it just evaporates so quickly. You
Mm.
dehydrate much quicker in that weather than you do in the heat that we have. Because you
Ah,
don't think you need to drink as much because you're not sweating, so you're not thinking that you're dehydrating, and you end up really jacked up over it. A lot of people in the Grand Canyon suffer from that, actually.
that makes sense. I think I'm still gonna have to go with it, but I better bring plenty of water.
Yeah, a lot of water. Yeah,
Lot of water.
we're gonna share something about our answers.
Yes.
I too am gonna have the umbrella, but I'm gonna have it for 3 days in the rain.
Oh, look at you, bro, turning it on me.
I'm just telling you, I'm taking the rain. I hate hiking in hot weather. I think 100 degrees is almost 20 degrees too hot. I don't like it 80 degrees hiking.
Mm,
I don't enjoy the heat. I don't enjoy sweating from head to toe. I don't enjoy the bat wings that you get from hiking in that stuff, all the friction that happens.
mhm.
I will take the rain every single day over the heat, and that's just me. We got one somebody so just commented right now. The rain, the
The
rain.
rain. Well, y'all let me know how crazy I am in the comments out here sweating
Hey,
to death.
one of my best friends has told me he loves being in the heat. He would much rather sweat than be cold. And so uh, it just depends on the person. And plus, one of the things that I learned about you is when you lost 100 pounds, you
Mhm,
got cold really easy. So 100 days for 100 degrees for you isn't
mhm.
nearly as hot as 100 degrees for me. I have a little more insulation than you do.
Touche, my friend. Touche. It's a good
Ben
point.
Mc, Ben McMillan says, I choose watching John hike in the rain for 3 days. Funny thing, you actually can. It's online. Uh,
Do
I've
you see
you
you see
watch, yeah, what?
comment on those guys that went hiking, the 4 hikers?
Yeah,
There's That's funny.
the 10 essentials of backpacking: mushrooms, more mushrooms, 6 squares of TP mushrooms.
You know, those guys are doing the magic mushrooms, but honestly, there's a lot of people that do the backpacking that hunt things like morels. I know like
Oh
Jason
yeah, yeah,
Wish on here several times, and there's a season for that. And honestly, if you get good at it, it's fun looking for stuff while you're backpacking.
yeah.
Like
Foraging.
yeah, foraging because you're walking down the trail, and if you want to kind of zone out a little bit, you can look around, look for ginseng or look for mushrooms or whatever you get good at. And you know, the iPhone now probably won't work without service, but it makes it so easy. You literally just take a picture of any flower, plant, whatever, and click on that photo and swipe up, and it literally pops below the picture and says exactly what it is and hyperlinks it.
Yeah, as long as
So
you've got some kind of signal, you can find out what anything is.
yeah, it adds to the fun when you're backpacking.
Yep. David Cooper says, "Give me hot."
Give him hot. He's with me. Let's go, David. Me
Give
and
him
you, we're
hot.
going out walking across rim to rim. Well,
And
maybe
Ben's
not
gonna watch me walk on video in the rain. So
yeah, I don't know how good the quality will be. I remember when I first started YouTubing, I had to take my iPhone. At the time, they weren't waterproof. I don't know if they
right.
are, actually, but I stuck it in a Ziploc bag and filmed through it. I got to tell you, the quality is poor, my friend. When you got to stick your
Uh huh.
iPhone in the
And
rain in
mine's
the
on a
Zip,
GoPro, but it was a
yeah,
GoPro from 2018. So it's not the same GoPros that we got right now. So
they've gotten better.
they've gotten a lot better. Steve Wright says, I find a canyon wall in the shade and sleep during the afternoon.
Hold on now. There's no natural shade. John said that.
Oh, that's
No
right. There is no
shade.
natural shade.
That would be considered natural shade. So that is null and void, Steve. Sorry.
Unfortunately, that won't work. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm
There's
sorry.
no natural shade.
All right, let's move to the next one here.
All right.
So we realize that you and I come from different ends of the spectrum on that one. Let's see if we're in the same spectrum on this one. Hike in a cloud of mosquitoes or in ankle deep mud.
Oh man, if we're talking a full day of hiking, this is one of the most
Those are two.
impossible.
Those are the two. Like
It's
they're
miserable.
two of the absolute worst miserable possible things you can have.
I've never done the mosquito. I've done the mud and it tries to take your shoes. I've done gnats, like to the point where you got to wear a bug head net. And then, like, when
Hmm.
you're eating, you're picking up the net, you're sticking your food under it, and then you're putting the net back down and chewing. Both of them are miserable.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you pick first on this one. This is impossible, bro.
Okay. I hate hiking in mud. I think it's the worst thing in the world. I don't ever want to have to do it again. I jacked my leg up one day doing that, jacked up my foot another day doing it because you slip on stuff that's under the mud you don't see. And even in spite of that, I'm still picking it over the mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are satanic,
What?
and I don't want to walk out of a trip and be afraid that maybe I got malaria while I was hiking through the woods because of all the bumps and bites all over my body. I hate mosquitoes, man. Hate them. You know the best
So
time to
you're
hike so that you don't have to worry about mosquitoes or mud?
cold.
Wintertime. See, hiking in the cold is a positive. There will be mud's frozen, buddy, and the mosquitoes aren't out. It's a beautiful time to go hiking. Just want to throw that out there.
I like it. Yes. I'm
Oh,
still torn,
we're getting
bro.
comments quick here.
Yeah,
Ankle deep
let's
mud
see.
all the way, mud every day, or go to a bar and have a burger and a beer.
Oh,
um,
out of the back.
give me mud. Mosquitoes are the worst. Gotta go mud. Mud. I mean, it's consistent. So Jeremiah, I am curious now. After hearing all that, and you've heard my answer, everybody's mud so far. Are you a mud guy also, or are you going to flip the script?
Let me say, Mr. Backpacking Jason, sir, last time we were kayaking, actually the time before, I think, he slipped in the mud and broke his ankle.
I
It
remember that.
gets dirty out there. No pun intended, bro. It's the mud.
It ended my 100-mile challenge for OV. Like, I was on my 100-mile challenge. I was 18 miles on my first day into it and slipped on a rock or stick or something that was under the mud, and it tore up my foot.
You know, actually, I got one more for you, honestly, on the mud situation. That's why I had to take multiple days for zeros on the long trail is because I was trying to avoid the mud. So I was jumping rock to rock with this heavy backpack on. You know, it's like 30 pounds, and that wore out one of the muscles next to my ankle, and it swelled up. And I guess it was a strain or sprain. I don't know. But the mud took me off. But I'm still going to take the mud. Mosquitoes are the devil. I'm with John.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it might have been ticks, but it could have been mosquitoes. I can't remember. We'd probably have to Google it. I don't want to spread misinformation here, but it was like 34 states that there was like a new illness that either ticks or mosquitoes were spreading. And I don't want any part of that. I don't want no yellow
None of it.
fever. I don't want no malaria. I don't want none of it. And I think mosquitoes are going to bring it. So I'm going to go
Oh,
with the
yeah.
mud, even though it's terrible.
Yeah, here we go again. Mud. Mud all day. That many mosquitoes would have me punching myself in the face. Yeah. Yeah. Now here's an interesting one. Steve Wright did put in here. Now he picked mud, but he did say how many days of each, because mud can equal trench foot.
Let's do one day, like let's do
You're
one
good
day,
then. Yeah.
like the sun.
Yeah, then you're not
Yeah,
gonna get trench foot. You're gonna be all right.
you could
So,
get sick from the mosquitoes though. It only takes one bite of contaminated mosquito.
oh yeah, now that's a good one, but I'm gonna say that that's pretty consensus of all of us. I think we'll all admit mosquitoes are just another whole creature. Okay, third one. This is the one I'm still trying to figure out my answer for. Hammock during lightning storm or tent during a windstorm?
Yeah, that one's tough. And, you know, and I'm a big
Oh,
hammock guy anyway,
I am
but
too.
the lightning storm, you're literally attached to the trees, and that's probably the tallest thing out there. And what do you think's going to get struck by lightning?
But
So,
here's a thing though. If you've ever studied electricity, electricity travels through the thing that's touching the ground.
oh, so you're safe.
So if you think about it, now the danger of it hitting the tree is the tree falling on you. So there is that, but you can fall in your tent too. So that's a common. You're screwed either way on that. But
Yeah, you're not.
technically, the electricity shouldn't be a problem if you're hanging between the trees because you're not touching the ground. The electricity should be finding its quickest way to the ground, and you might actually be okay. And if I'm wrong on that, somebody tell me. But I remember as a kid, we used to. Somebody had a camper that had a short in the door,
Mhm.
and so we'd all hold hands, and the person on the end wouldn't know what's happening, and we would all touch the door, and that kid on the end would get electrocuted, and we thought it
Y'all
was the funniest thing in the world.
I've seen them do that experiment at work. They got the silver ball. I don't know what it's called. And you put your
Yeah.
hands on it, your hair goes crazy. But if everybody, you have to be off the floor. If everybody sits like on a table, you can have the whole class of like I saw 30 kids hands together, and then you touch one thing, and everybody gets shocked. Y'all didn't all get shocked whenever you touched the last person.
No, just the last person got shocked.
Oh, yeah, you done them dirty, dude. We at least
Well,
had to fill the
I'm not saying we didn't. It was totally on purpose. I mean, who.
yeah, you're owning up to it. I
Okay,
still don't know.
we got some more comments here. Can we I want to pull these up while we're here just to throw them in there. How oh wait, that's not it. Bobby Boucher, mosquitoes are the devil. Uh
Yeah, happy
Ben
birthday, Adam Sandler, by the way. Yesterday was his birthday.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Happy birthday, Mr. Adam Sandler. And if you haven't seen Happy Gilmore 2 yet, go do it. Man, it was
Oh,
funny.
don't
Or,
spoil it, man. I still
oh,
haven't
it's really
seen
fun.
it.
I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm just saying it was really good. Ben McMillan. Do people still hammock?
Oh, come on now, Ben. I
Throwing
heard that you've been
shade.
I
Throwing
heard that you've
shade.
been trying to get into a little hammocking. So come on now, Ben.
Yep. Now a lot of people are in here saying wind. They'll take the wind. Uh Steve Wright, let's see here. Karen Washington says wind and get rocked to sleep.
That's what you
Um,
call it.
yeah. I have been my own windstorm in a tent. I think you know where
Haven't we
that's
all?
going. And then Steve Wright says tent. So now I will know this is probably going to be skewed regardless because 80% of backpackers or 85% of backpackers, something like that, backpack in tents.
Yeah.
So hammock campers are going to be, less regardless. But I will definitely say I'm still going to do the hammock. I'm just going to be honest. I'm still going to do my hammock.
I've been in a tent and it's been windy. I've been in a hammock windy too. Neither are great, but at
Yeah.
least in the hammock you have like your tarp, so it's shielding you some from the wind. In the tent, it's like a sail, bro. Especially it can like literally break the tent. It'll snap poles. It'll rip it off the ground. If you don't have it staked down, it'll take it into the air. I think I'm gonna go with the hammock and just I guess I'm gonna go into the fetal position in the hammock and hope that I don't die. God forbid I'm like got my feet out and I'm sitting in the hammock like a chair touching the ground. Then the electricity is like straight down the straps, straight into my body, and then I probably spontaneously combust. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that doesn't happen. And I'm going to go hammock all the way for the win.
Yep. And now here's an interesting comment. Electricity will travel across the ground.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're in a hammock, guess where you're not?
You're not on the ground.
You're not on the ground. David Cooper says there's no way 15% of backpackers sleep off the ground. I'm going to check this out. I want to find out. Just because I'm curious of what the answer is. Because I read something about it somewhere. And I just want to know if it's real. Because I think it's an interesting question to ask.
I like challenging you on it, man. That was almost a Jacob Poucher comment there.
I'm okay with being challenged. I would say about at least 1 out of 10 that I've talked to use a hammock.
I don't even know how you'd record the statistics on this. Who is it? A survey? Is it? And it would be skewed if you done like through hiking and stuff, right?
Through hiking, you're definitely going to use a tent. Would be my guess. I can't find a specific number right now, but I will do my best to find something before the next episode and see if we can't figure out.
Alex says tent. He says tent if shrooms are involved. Yeah, you probably fall out of the hammock.
Yes. That's it. Loafer X says I have 285 reasons to go with the tent. Actually, the same 285 reasons I don't want to fall out of a hammock.
Yeah, the hammocks are hard to fall out of when they're zipped up, man.
I was gonna say, dude, I've never fallen out of my hammock. I don't think people realize how backpacking hammocks are made.
No, if you don't have the net, bro, I have sat like you try to sit in the hammock, but you actually sit past it and then you fall over backward and your legs go up in the air. I've done that a couple of times. You've never done that before?
No, I mean I haven't. I've seen people do it.
Yeah, you probably saw me do it. I'm a klutz.
Actually, funny story. A few weeks ago, we're out in the backyard just enjoying the weather. We're outside having a good time with the family. And my wife gets up. We just got done eating. I said, "Where are you going?" She goes, "I'm going to go hang out in the hammock for a little bit." Well, okay, cool. So she goes over to get in the hammock, and I watch her, and I go, "Hey, babe, be careful. You might fall out of the back of that if you're not careful. I'll be fine." She fell right out of the hammock.
Oh, you gonna publicly announce it?
Oh, she fell right out of the hammock. I felt so bad. Well, I felt bad for her, And then it wouldn't have been so. It wasn't bad because she's just laughing her head off because she just said she's not gonna fall, And she just starts cracking up. And the next week, she was getting ready to get in the hammock for something. I said, "Are you sure you want to do that? It's a little dangerous."
How was she getting in there? Was she sitting in? Was she sitting in like I was describing, and she sit past it?
Yeah, she got too far into it and just went right backwards. Yeah, that's what it was.
you seen, like, if you have 2 trees and you do, like, stack multiple hammocks on top of each other, have you seen that before?
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
I've seen, like, 8 of them stacked up, and you got one guy, and it's like they go in upside down. They, like, flip the hammock over, and then they crawl up in it, and then they flip over, and then they do it over and over and over, and they keep flipping the hammocks over, crawling in under the hammock, and then
Right.
flip over. And I said, "That seems like a great way to die up there. You're like 60 feet in the air, and you've crawled up 8 hammocks, and then you have to pee at night, and then you're like, uh-oh,
Yeah,
it's 3 a."
and here's the thing, it's a great way to be a first-time neck breaker or to mess your back up for the first time ever. It's a great way to, potentially knock yourself silly and get your first concussion. Get in a hammock that's 3 hammocks up. That's not happening in my world.
I'm not
Uh,
doing
listen, man, this has been a fun episode. This has been a lot of fun. We appreciate everybody that's been on here. We've got some guests coming up in the next few weeks that are going to be pretty interesting. I'm not going to say much else about it because we're still working out some dates on some things, but we got some fun guests coming up, and we can't wait to share those with you guys. Don't forget that the Kentucky Backpacker Meetup is going to be October 10th through 11th. Somewhere in or around the Red River Gorge. We just don't know. 10th, 11th, 12th. Yeah.
12.
We don't know if that's going to be in the Red River Gorge, the Big South Fork, if it's going to be in the Cumberland Gap, if it's going to be at Mammoth Caves. I don't know where it's going to be, honestly. And
A lot of potential spots there.
there are a
Land
lot
between-
of spots, but we're
Don't
going to
forget
find
about-
one.
Yeah.
We're going to find one. And you guys are invited, every one of you. Come one, come all. Each episode, when we add up all the different platforms, gets around 10,000 people listening. So all 10,000 of you, come on out. Let's do this. Let's do this big. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, well, I would love to see that many people. I don't know where you're going to park at, but we would love to see you.
Okay, first I gotta say something. David Cooper. He says hammockers pee in a bottle, which is why they were. I don't pee in a. I've never peed in a bottle, David.
I pee in a bottle in a tent.
Yeah, I was gonna say I hear more about guys doing that in tents than in hammocks. With my hammock, I can like kick my feet over, sit up, and just pee right out of my hammock if I want to. I don't have to like get up and I think that's a very what's the word I want to use here? It's a very bigoted comment towards hammock users. That's all I'm gonna say.
Look at David.
I'm gonna call out David for being a tent bigot. That's what I'm gonna call him.
Oh, I love it. Well, get the head here. You call him out anytime, David. Call him out anytime.
Oh, and this is a great one too. Mr. Backpacking with Jason Sir had a clip break on his hammock and slept on the ground for a night. That clip, though, and he'll tell you this too, that clip was almost 10 years old.
He's put so many nights on those, man.
Oh, that he probably should have replaced it 2 years ago, honestly. As a matter of fact, I'm considering replacing mine right now because of the same thing. So it's David Cooper. Well, I am from Tennessee.
Where's my boo button? Do we have a boo button? I'm just kidding. We love Tennessee. We just don't like the Volunteers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even care about the Volunteers. It doesn't matter to me. So that's just Jeremiah.
Sorry, I didn't mean we. I meant me.
Yeah, Jeremiah doesn't like Tennessee Volunteers. I mean, I could care less. I am thankful for the Tennessee Volunteers because they gave us a great young running back up at the Cleveland Browns, and he had a fantastic week this past week. So I'm not going to complain about that.
Yeah, true. And, honestly, I'm not going to lie, David. My wife and I were seriously considering possibly moving to Knoxville, Tennessee. And I went down there. I've been down there a million times, but went down there, kind of scope it out. I was like, there's no way I can live in the sea of orange. It'd be like you moving to Lexington and wearing your orange, man. You couldn't do it.
It's like me moving to Ann Arbor.
Yeah,
I could not be living in Michigan, dude. That's not happening.
Scarlet red up there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I could live in the UP. Those people don't care. But I couldn't live in the south part of Michigan. That just wouldn't happen. So, anyways, with all of that said, it has been a fun episode, and we can't wait to get back together with you all one more time next week. Until the next week, and the week after that, and the week after that, because we are almost 300 episodes into this thing. And I think, Jeremiah, we need to start thinking how we're going to celebrate that.
Oh, that's a good idea, John.
We need to figure out how to celebrate that.
Appreciate you putting it on my radar, man. We do need to think.
And for those of you listening and watching, throw some ideas at us of what we can do for the 300th episode to make it very special. Because we're talking 6 years of doing this podcast almost.
Oh, it's a slow burn, and we're doing it, baby.
That's right. That's right. And so for myself and Jeremiah, thank you guys for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.